lakunya mampu juga. Rek, ayo rek, rame-rame berbarengan. Cincang keling manuk cingklang cing datang, loskan kolong bapak satar bulannya. Mendaki jalan pandai sike, menurun jalan kebiaro, bina hati ida mampe awak kaki cuak, oi oi ayam delape. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam, bagai bergoncang. Jangan ragu dan jangan bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Buku gandang garam tuh, hayat dengan kangkanu, sambil tuntangkan tahu, niat mundur dan maju. Ayo menari manasai, menari manasai, menari manasai.
Belenggang patah-patah, nganape goyang pica-pica, nganape body bocor-bocor.
Tenggang-tenggang lopi na anak koda ipan jaja uluana. Pinang muda di belah dua, gunung kerinci gunungnya tinggi menjulang. Wahai anak muda, kalau berjalan harus berdua, senanglah hati walau tiada orang yang larang. Mana di mana anak kambing sayang, anak kambing tuan ada di pohon waru. Mana di mana jantung hati sayang, jantung hati tuan ada di kampung baru. Caca marica hei hei, caca marica hei hei, caca marica ada di kampung baru. Marica, hey hey, Tante Marica ada di kampung baru. Ayah mama, mama para beta, dia cuma pegang beta. Ayah mama, mama para beta, lah orang muda punya biasa, lah orang muda punya biasa, lah orang muda punya biasa. Putar ke kiri, nona manis putarlah ke kiri, ke kiri, ke kiri, ke kiri dan ke kiri, ke kiri, ke kiri, ke kiri manis. Sekarang kanan, nona manis putarlah ke kanan, ke kanan, ke kanan, ke kanan dan ke kanan, ke kanan, ke kanan, ke kanan manis.
Jojo, you wanna oh mi samba para samuna muna muna keke, samuna muna muna keke, samuna muna muna keke, samuna muna muna keke.
Dayung sampah, dayung sampah. Dayung sampah.
Selamat datang di STIKES Katolik Santo Vincentius a Paulo, Surabaya. STIKES yang kerap dikenal dengan sebutan STIKVINC atau STIKES RKZ Surabaya. Mengapa STIKES RKZ? Karena rumah sakit dan STIKES RKZ memiliki pengelola yang sama, yaitu Kongregasi Suster Misi Abdi Roh Kudus atau SSPS. STIKVINC berada di Kota Surabaya, kota terbesar kedua di Indonesia setelah Jakarta. Kami segenap sivitas akademika melalui dunia pendidikan siap membantu generasi muda untuk meraih masa depan mereka.
Tanah air ku tidak kulupakan, kan terkenang selama hidupku. Biarpun saya pergi jauh, tidak akan hilang dari kalbu. Tanahku yang ku
Proklamasi. Kami, bangsa Indonesia, dengan ini menyatakan kemerdekaan Indonesia. Hal-hal yang mengenai pemindahan kekuasaan dan lain-lain diselenggarakan dengan cara saksama dan dalam tempo yang sesingkat-singkatnya. Jakarta, 17 Agustus 1945, atas nama bangsa Indonesia, Soekarno, Hatta.
现在是静音。Hello， 这样可以吗？好。
Selamat datang di STIKES Katolik Santo Vincentius a Paulo, Surabaya. STIKES yang kerap dikenal dengan sebutan STIKVINC atau STIKES RKZ Surabaya. Mengapa STIKES RKZ? Karena rumah sakit dan STIKES RKZ memiliki pengelola yang sama, yaitu Kongregasi Suster Misi Abdi Roh Kudus atau SSPS. STIKVINC berada di Kota Surabaya, kota terbesar kedua di Indonesia setelah Jakarta. Kami segenap sivitas akademika melalui dunia pendidikan siap membantu generasi muda untuk meraih masa depan mereka.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, everybody. Is there any somebody want to try something before the program? No. Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sister.
Hello, Martha. Good morning.
Good morning, sister.
Good morning.
Yeah. Okay. We will start the program, everybody.
It seems
Do you want to do something, Sister Felisa?
I think we are okay because we are scattered in different places. So, how about Christine? Christine, are you present? Emily?
Sister
Yes,
Felisa?
yes. Yeah. Okay. So, are we all here? So, that Fujian, we are ready.
Yes.
Okay.
We are ready. Great.
Thank you.
Thank
Melody,
you.
Melody,
Yes,
how
good.
about SPUP?
Yes, good morning, Marta and Sister Felisa and the rest of the team. I believe we are all ready, and my students are here with us already, and we enjoy the day. God bless everyone.
We will. May I ask you, Dr. N, will join us? Dr. N?
Actually, Dr. Ann just messaged me a while ago. She's not feeling well, so in behalf of Dr. Ann, I am with Mom Winnie, Valerie, our instructor also from SPUP, and Mom Felita Lacerona. So 3 instructors are with me to represent our department.
Okay. So you will represent the doctor and to give a welcome speech?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we ready to start the program. Okay, Krishna and Icha, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Marta. Good morning. Welcome to the Service Learning 2021. I am Krishna Kurniawan.
Icha, I can hear the voice. Oh.
Oh.
Icha, I cannot hear your voice.
Maybe connection problem, ma'am. And my friends, Icalia Sandrayani. Welcome to the Service Learning 2021, sharing of unique health tradition of Indonesian, Taiwanese, and Philippines. Today, the participants are from Vincentius Paulo Katolik Institute of Health Science from Indonesia, St. Paul University Philippines from Philippines, and Fuyan Catholic University from Taiwan. All right, I will be continue because Icha has a problem connection. At Service Learning 2021, sharing a unique tradition of Indonesia, Taiwanese, and Philippines. We want to welcome especially to our honor Sister Felisa SSPS, the Directress of Mission Office SPD Section, our honor Professor Christian Chow, the Director of Graduate Institute of Cross-Cultural Studies, but from Fuyan University. Our honor Dr. Annunciation Talosik, the Dean of School of Nursing and Allied Health SPUP, our honor Sister Ignata SSPS, Man DNSC, the Director of STIKVINC, and to all of our beloved students from Fujian University of Taiwan, St. Paul University of Philippines, and St. Vincentius Paulo Catholic Institute of Health Science of Indonesia. Right. At the 7, rhythm is sharing of unique health tradition Indonesia, Taiwanese, and Philippines before starting the program. Let me read the agenda of today. First is welcoming greeting from us. Second is opening prayer. Third is national anthem or song from its country. Fourth is greeting from its leader of university. Fifth is get to know each other. The time its university introduce their team. Six, sharing a unique health tradition from its university. 7 is singing practice its country, sing a national or traditional song. 8 is closing from president of such an organization. 9 is closing prayer. All right, now we get in at second agenda is opening prayer from Melati will conduct the prayer. Melati, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Kresna. Here I will lead the prayer in the morning. Before we begin praying, we prepare our heart and suffer first. I will pray in Islamic way, the other please adjust. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let us pray. Ya Allah, on this occasion that we will the performing service learning, we ask thee to intercede on that which we hope they may go as smoothly as God's will. Accept all our prayers, Ya Allah. Amin, amin, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Okay, thank you, Krishna.
Okay, thank you, Melati. And now, the anthem from its country. First song from Indonesia, second is from Philippines, and the last is from Taiwan. Indonesian anthem will be conducted by Damara, and the next anthem from Philippines, and the last anthem from Taiwan will be conducted by Jingwei and Huiling. Okay, Damara, the time is yours. The audience, please stand up.
Good morning. I'm Francisca Damara from St. Vincentius Paulo. I will introduce the national anthem from Indonesia entitled Indonesia Raya. Participants are encouraged to sing the national anthem Indonesia Raya in their respective place.
Good morning, everyone. We are students from the Philippines, and now we will be playing our national anthem, Lupang Hinirang. May I request my fellow Filipinos to please put your right hand on your breast while we sing our national anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang mag-ibig, lalas na silangan, alap ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa mandulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at putok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bukal. May dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwan, hatid pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pagpay mag-aapi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
All right, thank you. Please welcome from Taiwan.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Qin Wei. Now we will play the national anthem of the Republic of China. This is a very solemn, uplifting song. Listen with a serious mind. From this video, you can see that Taiwan is a very progressive country. People live and work in peace and contentment. Okay, let's begin. Please play the video, Hui Lin.
All right, thank you. Jack, can you hear me?
Yes, Krishna, I'm here.
Krishna, you can go on. Krishna, go on.
With some problem with connection. All right, thank you. Please be seated. Now we will listen to greeting from the chairman of the university. First, welcome from Sister. But this time, Sister Renata can be come with at Zoom because some issues and change with recorded video.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you
Morning.
to each and every one of you for being here to our activity or our service learning program. First of all, let us thank the Lord for His merciful, for His kindness and His protection to all of us here. Before we get started our activity, I would like to express my gratitude, my appreciation to Sister Mercedes Ang, SPG, the President of St. Paul University, Philippines, Dr. Annunciation Talosik, Dean School of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, St. Paul University, Philippines, and Sister Felisa SSPS, the Directress Mission Office SVD Section, Katolik University. Thank you very much for your positive response. Therefore, the activities happen today. Dear all students, I'm very glad for your enthusiastic to join this program. Hopefully, it will help you to enrich your knowledge, your understanding about the worldview on cultural care diversity. And also may this program will help you to increase your sense of interculturality, and you will be able to help others to gain their personal wellness. And hopefully after the pandemic COVID-19, we will be able to visit or we will be able to meet each other in Indonesia or in the Philippines or in Taiwan. So I am very, very, very much appreciate to your enthusiastic and your very welcome to this activity. Dear students, I hope you will enjoy this program or this activity today. And may all of you stay safe and God bless you. Enjoy this program.
Thank you, Sister Renata. Next, please welcome Dr. Annunciation Talosik, the Dean of School of Nursing and Allied Health of St. Paul University, Philippines or SPUP. Your Honor, the time is yours.
Sir Krishna, good morning once again to all the participants in this service learning program. I will be speaking on behalf of our Dean, Dr. Anunciacion Talosig. The world is sitting, we will be standing. When the world is standing, we will stand out. When the world stands out, we will be outstanding. And when the world dares to be outstanding, we will be the standard. Technology continues to accelerate, so will automation. As we are on the brink of yet another technological and industrial revolution, the challenges may seem complex and what lies ahead may not be clear. One thing is certain, St. Paul University Philippines, a hallmark of excellence and a catalyst for globalization, will remain steadfast in embracing these challenges and changes. Dr. Anunciacion Talosig, Dean, School of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, Ma'am Melody Cristina Morales, Ma'am Winnie Valerie Salmero, and Ma'am Felita Lacerona, faculty members, School of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, the designated officials, faculty members, and administrative staff of Katolik School of Health Sciences, St. Vincentius, Paulo, Surabaya, and Fujian Catholic University, distinguished guests, my fellow delegates for this year's service learning program, a pleasant morning to all of you. Once again, I am Jim Jericho Cedric-Lee, and it is my honor and pleasure to be speaking on behalf of our Dean, Dr. Anunciacion Talosig, and my fellow participants from SPUP. At this juncture, may I ask you to relax and to stay tuned as we are about to introduce ourselves and virtually tour you to our home, the Philippines, so you would vicariously feel what it feels like to be a Filipino just for a day. And we'll be presenting that through a video presentation in a little while. So maybe now listen po to the next speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you for Jim Jericho, for the representative from Dr. Anunciacion Talosig from SPUP. Last but not least, here is Sister Felisa SSPS, the Director's Mission Office, SVD section of the Katolik University, and Professor Christine Chow, the Director of Graduate Institute of Cross-Cultural Studies. Your Honor, the time is yours.
Okay, I'll take the time first. Reverend Sister Ignata, and all my dear friends from Indonesia, Philippines, and Fujian, Taiwan, I am pleased to see that the friendship between Academy of Nursing, St. Vincentius, Paulo, Surabaya, and the Fujian Catholic University, Taiwan, established a few years back, can be continued in such a special way through internet. I know that you have spent a lot of time in preparation for this morning's event. I appreciate all the efforts you made. This year, due to the continuing situation of COVID-19 pandemic, I regret that we are not able to encounter one another in person. However, I believe that to meet one another online, we still can be touched by and connected with one another spiritually, enriched and inspired by one another deeply. May God bless us all and bless our virtual encounter. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Felisa. And
Hello?
Sister, yes, hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Christine Xiuqing Zhou.
Yes.
I'm director of the Graduate Institute of Cross-Cultural Studies in the College of Foreign Languages and Literatures at Furen Catholic University. We are greatly delighted and privileged to have this great opportunity of taking part of this international and intercultural exchange event. Now in our graduate institute, we have 2 master programs in linguistics and in translation and interpretation, and 1 PhD program in comparative literature and cross-cultural studies, plus 3 feature credit programs in teaching Chinese as a second language and in international medical translation, and 1 credit program for financial and legal translation. One of our main educational objectives is to cultivate professionals with cross-cultural vision and communication abilities. Therefore, we feel very much privileged to have this precious opportunity to connect and interact with all of you from Indonesia and Philippines, even if only for 1 morning online. We believe that this will be a most enriched and rewarding cross-cultural experience of sharing and exchanges to us all. So, in spite of being physically apart, let's have a great time, a great sharing time together. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Joe. And now that we get to know each other, this time each university appointed the leader team to introduce their member. The first chance is given to STIKVINC. Please welcome the leader appointed cells.
Thank you, Krishna.
I'm sorry, Michelle. I cannot hear your voice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
So can I introduce now? Hello, everyone. Kamusta? Ni hao. Did you know that Indonesia has many different tribes? There are so many. Now, I will not talk about any ethnic groups in Indonesia, but I will introduce myself and all my friends here who come from various ethnic groups in Indonesia. My name is Michelle Gabriel Lontoh. You can call me Michelle. I'm half Minahassanese and half Javanese. I study major in nursing science, and this year is my second year attending in St. Vincentius Paulo Catholic Institute of Health Science. Next, I'll introduce my friends who represent from the three major in St. Vincentius Paulo Catholic Institute of Health Science. First is nursing science. Here is Diana Odilia Boro. You can call her Odile. She is Javanese, and this year is her second year in nursing science. Next is Yosi Slamet Suharyanto. You can call him Yosi. He is Javanese. This is his first year majoring in nursing science. Next, we have Kristianti Yolandita Mansula. You can call her Yolan. She is Javanese. This is her third year majoring in nursing science. And last but not least, Nimade Melia Damayanti Senga. You can call her Melia. She is Balinese. This is her third year majoring in nursing science. Okay, the next I will introduce you to the student representative from vocational nursing. Here, there is Desi Natalie Cristianti. You can call her Desi. She is Javanese. This is her second year in vocational nursing. Next is Febrianti Angela Purba. You can call her Febri. She is Bataknese. This is her second year in vocational nursing. Next is Hannah Firki Alfera Ribeiro. You can call her Hannah. She is Javanese. This is her second year in vocational nursing. Next is Sheila Christina BR Zebua. You can call her Sheila. She is Bataknese. This is her first year in vocational nursing. And last but not least, Anelia Anisha Karen. You can call her Anelia. She is Javanese. This is her first year in vocational nursing. And now I will introduce you the student representative from vocational physiotherapy. Nadila Dwi Mayang Sari. You can call her Mayang. She is Javanese. This is her third year in vocational physiotherapy. Next is Febronia Norita Mariana. You can call her Febronia. She is Javanese. This is her second year in vocational physiotherapy. Next is Elsa Davina Stefania. You can call her Elsa. She is Javanese. This is her second year in vocational physiotherapy. Next is Angga Dwi Prasetya. You can call him Angga. He is Javanese. This is his second year in vocational physiotherapy. Next is Rio Bintang Pangestu. You can call him Rio. He is Javanese. This is his first year in vocational physiotherapy. And last but not least, Serti Dewi Wijaya. You can call her Serti. She is Torajanese. This is her first year in vocational physiotherapy. I think that's all from our introduction this time. It's nice to meet you all. Thank you. Salamat. Xie.
All right, thank you, Michelle. And the next, we welcome to the leader appointed from SPUP. Please welcome the leader of SPUP.
Okay, so good morning once again. For our introduction, we have prepared a video presentation for all of you, for everyone. All of us will be there, will be seen there, and which will be accompanied by montage taken from different areas in our country, the Philippines. So we hope that you relax and stay tuned and be entertained by this simple video presentation which we prepared for all of you. Joshua, please share the video to everyone. Thank you.
It is mind-blowing how everything that's beautiful is in one place.
But that is what our country, the Philippines, is all about.
Ako, ikaw at lahat ng nilalang, tayong lahat ay arkitekto ng ating sariling kapalaran. Magandang umaga! Ako si Zian Lagundimao, nagmula sa Ross Isabela at kasalukuyang nag-aaral sa St. Paul University, Philippines. Mabuhay!
Niniwala ako sa kasabihang, ang taong hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan, tiyak hindi makakarating sa paroroon. Mabuhay! Kumusta ka? Ako nga pala si Maria Joy M. Galano, 21 taong gulang mula sa Amulong, Cagayan, Philippines.
Pagidu takisato lay ifustu to esensya na patuloy. Makasta nga agaw tanitong ngaming sa kansiki Ibril tumaliwan nga nagkapu ta probinsya ng Isabela. Diyos imabalo tanitong ngaming.
One famous Ibangay saying goes, Mamula katamapya, kataba monoka, which means, what you sow is what you reap. Nakasta nga umani ka mo ngamin, sakan si Daphne Marluis Ubiña Aquino, 20 years old, maraya-raya na nga ibanag from the Philippines!
Mas napyalaya makidaw niya miya makokot. Napyang agaw kani kayo ngamin. Yakal ni Maria Antoinette F. Nam, taga Peña Blanca, Cagayan, pagpayayak ko nga Filipina na.
Makaroyon mo bisudyo at alam, napya nga algaw mayayat na nga makilala kayo. Yakan ni Conchita Tairit nagabugan Peña Blanca, Cagayan, nakasta nga palugtet, Kanyaw, Pilipinas.
At adu ti maaramidan kinagaputi ayat ngem ti buteng, na imbag nga aldaw ken maragsakan na ma'am ammo kayo. Siyak ni Lester Balikaw, nagapusad jay para iso ta amyanan, Ilocos Norte, ken mapasindayaw na nga siya ket maysa a Pilipino.
Naimbag bigat kada kayo abi. Siya tirian ang G Casino, nagapuy ti probinsya ti Isabela. Pamatinak tay kunada nga, luan niya iti imulang isumid na itiyati. Maminsan pa'y naimbag bigat kada kayo amin, agyaman na.
Asa ka man ipadpad, maoy imog palad. Maayong adlaw sa inyong tanan, ako si Joshua Malana, usa ka estudyante sa nursing gikan sa St. Paul University, Philippines.
Nawara ang tanang, hagit sa kinabuhi, aron mahimong mas tamis ang maangkon mong kadaugan. Maayong adlaw sa inyong tanan. Ako si Vivi Milfay Marie P. Kalimag, nagrepresenta sa mga Cebuanon sa Queen City of the South, Cebu City, Philippines. Wala sing adlaw nga, walay pala abutan. Maayong adlaw. Ngalan ko, Katrina Vanessa Di Beltran, halin ko sa Philippines. Nalipay ako na makilala ka, Madam Mugid nga, salamat.
Ang matakot sa daron, daing aanihon. Hello everyone, and of course, Diyos marahay na aldaw, kaugmahan kong mamidbidan ka. My name is Jim Jericho Cedrici, and I'm proudly representing St. Paul University, Philippines.
Ang matakot sa doon, daing aanihon. Magmang pag-abot. Ako si Geraldine de Chavez mula sa Ross Isabela, Philippines. Ang pagkairibahan aton mga kultura, diri kita magburuglag ha tagsa-tagsa
Pero lugod-tungod pagkaiba-ibahan aton kultura, nagdadala aton hinmakusog nga benepisyo habug-os nga katawhan. Maupay nga adlaw iyo nga tanan. Ako hi Janelle Bianca G. Kalagi, tikang tuna nga sobra kagatos milyones nga smiles, ang lugar nga ikahambog ko na tawagon nga paninalay Pilipinas.
Masanti nga aldo kay kayo, I came from the culinary capital of the Philippines, San Fernando, Pampanga. Kabaleng, Mekeni Mangantana, I am Desiree Vestilingat, a student of St. Paul University, Philippines, College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences. Mabuhay!
Indutong makilala ya, karing kayang bunga. Maya paabak kay kayungan, ako iaya sa American Lapi, 20 anyos. Makatuknang ko ken sa Lana Cagayan, mag-aral ko ken St. Paul University, Philippines.
No antoy asabi iyanorso ugali, masanto si agaw-ed si kayo. Siyak si Kately, 19 la. Manayang ak-ed, Santa Ana, Cagayan Valley, Philippines. Malikat akta, akabatta ka.
Nayaring ilaga. No antoy asabi, iyon sa ugali. Masantos na kabasan ed si kayon amin, siyak idayanti Breboneria, nananlapo ed Cagayan Valley.
And this is the Philippines.
The Philippines is one of the world's largest archipelago nations. It is situated in Southeast Asia in the Western Pacific Ocean. Its islands are classified into three main geographical areas: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
The Philippines is defined by its emerald rice fields, teaming up with mega cities, graffiti-splashed jeepneys, smoldering volcanoes, and warm, welcoming people.
It's a land apart from mainland Southeast Asia, not only geographically, but also spiritually and culturally.
With about 7,640 islands, the Philippines is every beach bum's delight. There's an island to suit every taste, from maroon banks of sand to sprawling mega islands.
Scattered across these thousands of islands, the Philippines is home to a diverse wildlife, postcard-worthy views, and more than 100 million smiles.
From kayaking in turquoise waters to scaling mountainous terrains, dense forests, plains, and coastal areas.
Exploring desert islands, wandering around ancient rice terraces, or submerging yourself in world-class dive sites, not to mention visiting remote hill tribes.
Our country, the Philippines, is truly Southeast Asia's undiscovered gem.
And the pearl of the Orient Seas. It's also the place that we
are proud to call home.
Thank you, Jim Jericho. And the last one, please welcome the leader of the from Katolik University. Please welcome the leader.
Okay, please give me a minute. Give me a second.
Yes, all right.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Xing Hong, and today I'm going to give you a brief introduction of Working Team Fujian Catholic University. And in these slides, you can see this is the picture, the front gate of our school. I think this is quite beautiful. So this is the reason why I put this picture at the front page. Okay, so what does the initial letters FJCU means? Okay, so it actually means Fusion Catholic University. So these four letters, they compose into FJCU. So I think most of you may see FJCU on the paper or on the documents, but you may not really realize why what the initial letter means. Okay, so now I'm going to give a brief introduction for our faculty and staff. Firstly, I would like to introduce you Sister Felisa Liu. She works as SVD section representative. And then is Christine Xiuqing Zhou. She is the director of our Graduate Institute of Cross-Cultural Studies. Okay, when you look clearly into these slides, you may have found that they have most of the teachers, or you can say faculties, come from Graduate Institute of Cross-Cultural Studies. And also Amy Zixuan Li, she is Deputy Dean of Office of International Education and also Associate Professor of Graduate Institute of Cross-Cultural Studies. Thirdly, I would like to introduce you Ms. Li. She's the Secretary of this graduate studies. And then I would like to introduce you Ms. Patricia Zhang. She is the Religious Coordinator of College of Foreign Languages. Sorry, I don't know why my computer is not working.
Oh.
Can everyone hear my voice? I don't know why I'm not in the meeting when I'm talking.
Yes, we can hear.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for the technical problem. So
It's okay.
Okay, so next, I'm going to introduce you our students. In this team, there are 6 students that join in the working team. Firstly, I would like to introduce you Wei Wei Shi and Jing Wei Li. Both of them were from Graduate Institute of Cross-Cultural Studies, PhD program in Comparative Literature and Cross-Cultural Studies. And then is Alvin Dai and Marita Guo. They were both major in Chinese literature and teaching Chinese as a second language. Lastly, I would like to introduce you Ashley Liu and me, Xinhong Lai. We were both major in German language and also teaching Chinese as a second language. Okay, so this is the colleges of our school. In our school, there are 12 colleges. And most members of our working team comes from liberal arts and foreign languages and literatures. Okay, so since we still have some time, I'm going to give you a brief introduction of foreign languages and literatures college. Okay, I'm going to talk about the knocking ceremony first. The knocking ceremony is a big event for the freshmen and the fresh women when they first came to Fujian Catholic University. So this ceremony held in every year, the September of every year, and this is held just as like I have said, it is held for the first year students. Okay, so the students, they will knock on the door, and the door was called the knowledge door. And then the professors, teachers, they will be on the other side of the door, and then they will open the door to invite the freshmen and the fresh women to come in to join the big family of Fujian Catholic University. And in the right picture, you can see a girl holding her student ID card. That is our ID card of our university. Okay, I'm also going to give you a brief tour of College of Foreign Languages and Literatures. Okay, this building is our college. I think it's quite beautiful. Okay, every year we have lots of events. For example, in December we have Christmas market, and this Christmas market it's held for nearly a week. And in this week, there are lots of booths and small stands, and students and teachers can come to here to buy something to drink or something to eat. And because we have six departments in this college. For example, I come from German language. So in October, we will hold a festival called Oktoberfest. This is actually a traditional German festival. And in this festival, we will introduce everyone German culture, and we will also drink beer and dance the traditional dance in Germany. So this is the part of my brief introduction of FJCU and our working team. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you for Michelle, Jim Jericho, and Sing Hong Lai. Okay, Ja, you can continue the next agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Krishna. Before I have technical issue.
And now we want to show the diversity culture of Indonesia, country of more than 17,000 islands.
Michelle?
Vincent? Hello?
Tanah air ku tidak lupakan, kan terkenang selama hidupku. Biarpun saya pergi jauh, tidak akan hilang dari kalbu. Tanahku yang ku cintai, engkau ku hargai. Walaupun banyak negeri ku jalani, yang masyhur bermari kata orang, tetapi kampung dan rumahku, di sanalah rasa senang. Tanahku tak ku lupakan, engkau ku banggakan.
Proklamasi. Kami, bangsa Indonesia, dengan ini menyatakan kemerdekaan Indonesia. Hal-hal yang mengenai pemindahan kekuasaan dan lain-lain diselenggarakan dengan cara saksama dan dalam tempo yang sesingkat-singkatnya. Jakarta, 17 Agustus 1945, atas nama bangsa Indonesia, Soekarno, Hatta.
aku nang tunjungan. Rek, ayo rek, rame-rame berbarengan. Keling manuk ciklang cendata, loloskan kolom bapak satar bulatnya. Mendaki jalan pandai sike, menurun jalan kebiaro, bina hati ida mampe awan kaki cuan, oi oi ayam belabe. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam, bagai bergoncang. Jangan ragu dan jangan bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Gandang garam tuh, hayat dengan kan kalau sambil tuntang gang tahu, biar mundur dan maju. Ayo menari manasai, menari manasai, menari manasai. Belenggang patah-patah, nganape goyang pica-pica, nganape body bocor-bocor. Tenggang-tenggang lopi na anak koda ipanjaja buluana. Pinang muda dibelah dua, gunung kerinci, gunung yang tinggi menjulang. Wahai anak muda, kalau berjalan harus berdua, senanglah hati walau tiada orang yang larang. pohon waru. Mana di mana jantung hati saya, jantung hati Tuhan ada di kampung baru. Caca marica hei hei, caca marica hei hei, caca marica ada di kampung baru. Caca marica hei Hey hey, Tata Marita ada di kampung baru. Ayah mama, jangan marah beta. Dia cuma pegang beta. Ayah mama, jangan marah beta. Lah orang muda punya biasa. Lah orang muda punya biasa. Lah orang muda punya biasa. Putar ke kiri, nona manis putarlah ke kiri, ke kiri, ke kiri, ke kiri dan ke kiri, ke kiri, ke kiri, ke kiri manis. Sekarang kanan, nona manis putarlah ke kanan, ke kanan, ke kanan, ke kanan dan ke kanan, ke kanan, ke kanan, ke kanan manis. Jojo, you wanna oh misa para sa muna keke, sa muna keke, sa muna keke, sa muna keke. Tayo, sampa, tayo, sampa.
Thank you very much, Yolan. It's wonderful Indonesia. Krishna, do you know despite the health science that we learn from the university, every country have tradition or culture or some good cultural practice that we have in each country?
Yes, indeed, Ija. And I wonder what Indonesia, Taiwan, and Philippines it has.
That's why now in the service learning, we will sharing each other unique health traditional from each university. Right now, it's time to sharing a unique health from each university has 30 minutes to share PowerPoint or video and discussion. And the second first is SPUP, second is Katolik University, and third is STIKVINC. From Taiwan is Asle, Merida, and Alvin, and from Indonesia is Desi. Okay, Philippines, let's start our discussion.
Correct, Philippines. You can start the discussion now. the moderator from SPUP. You can start the discussion now.
We're sorry po for the technical problem. We are trying to figure out now how to share screen our presentation. We have prepared a pre-recorded video presentation for the sharing of the health traditions here in the Philippines. Please wait for a little while. We are already figuring out how to share our presentation to everyone.
Correct.
The Filipino culture is one of the most well known in the world for its uniqueness and for its rich history. Therefore, we are so honored to have this opportunity to be able to share a part of our Filipino health beliefs and practices that deserve to be shared to other people through this platform. Good morning to everyone. I am Janelle Bianca, a second year student from St. Paul University, Philippines College of Nursing. And today we are going to be sharing the tradition of caring in place for the Filipino community. And I hope through this, you would be able to visualize a few of the traditional medical practice that details both the resourcefulness of Filipinos as well as a rich culture overflowing with different influences and unique beliefs and practices. Once again, welcome STIKVINC and FJCU. What are the unique health traditions or beliefs of Filipinos? So being an archipelago consisting of 7,107 islands, the Philippines has approximately 175 ethno-linguistic groups with their own unique cultural identity and of course health practices. And for everybody's information, the present-day Filipino culture still embraces a lot of superstitions that cling to ancient beliefs and practices. And so the things that we will be sharing here today are the selected common evidence-based Filipino health beliefs and practices. So let's dive right into it. So the first unique health tradition or belief of Filipinos is the hilot, also known as the traditional massage and the healing practice from the Philippines. And there's so much to learn and to understand with this traditional healing art because more than giving us practical knowledge in curing and treating ourselves, it also promotes a philosophy that we need to introduce in our lives for a better understanding of the deep connection between a man and the universe. And unlike modern medicine that only heals the physical body, this healing practice encompasses an internal method that heals man from the inside to the outside. So basically, it implements a holistic approach and staying true to the Filipino tradition that they heal not just sickness, but the man himself. And so balancing the four elements that affect both the physical and spiritual aspect of man plays already a very large role in this because since the roots of our ancient healing art is traced back with values and principles present in harmony with nature and universe, then it is no wonder that healing spiritual illness is also an important factor for the Filipinos in attaining a healthy body, which eventually reflects a healthy community. So what is hilot? So hilot is a word from the Tagalog dialect meaning massage, rubbing, or touching with soothing strokes. And obviously, touch is the modality of hilot. And initially, one might think it is simply a massage, but hilot is more. Hilot is more than a massage. It is energy manipulation. And we will be talking about that with the next slides. Hilot is an ancient Filipino art of healing known as the Philippines brand of touch therapy. It is a relaxing yet rejuvenating massage that identifies the areas of imbalance in your body through touch diagnosis. So this ancient Filipino healing tradition is grounded on the concept of balance among the physical elements along with the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual aspects of a person. So this practice includes the use of manipulations and massages that help in the prevention of disease and the restoration and the maintenance of one's health and well-being. And this Hilot practice manipulates the electrical charges of the body that creates a biochemical reaction where it is needed. So it harnesses bioenergies for balance, for harmony, for health, and for wellness. And it's been said that when Hilot is done properly, the biochemical reaction brings balance once again to the body. In Hilot massage, the Hilot master or manghihilot, or what we call the practitioner or the traditional healer, could identify body illnesses or areas of energy imbalance in the body. And in terms of diagnosing, the manghihilot rely mostly on common knowledge with regards to their patient's movements, their patient's skin color or quality, through pulse reading, and sometimes through their take on chronology, and that is the measurement of the human skull. Therefore, it is necessary for a manghihilot to be a keen observer of their patient. And in addition, they also must have a practical but systematic way of knowing one's disease just by looking at the texture, by the shape, the color, and the consistency of the stool, the urine, the sweat, and other bodily fluids of their patient. So the Philippine Hilot massage therapy is an ancient art of treatment using bare hands and the use of herbs, and it is a part of a traditional ancient culture of Filipinos. And Filipinos in ancient times regarded Hilot as a miracle art of therapy because of the deeper understanding of the ability of that kind of care, and so people still believe in this miracle method. So it is a kind of therapeutic or physical manipulation that has a good influence on the bones, the muscles, and the veins, but in a different way than an ordinary massage, because in Hilot we also use medicinal plants. So a manghihilot, or the traditional healer, like any other medical practitioner, has a lot of techniques that he can utilize to bring order to the imbalance of the elements within their patient's body. So this includes treating them through natural or organic medications, and it largely involves different herbs and fruits that are now scientifically proven to cure and treat specific sickness. And practitioners of Hilot are widely known to have a vast and practical botanical knowledge, which encompasses different plants to counter medical conditions, and some of these include the lemongrass, the bamboo roots. We also use guava leaves, a boiled sweet potato, and the most common one is the banana leaves, and many others that are now being accepted as effective natural remedies. So as we can see, this is embedded in the Filipino culture and still into practice as an alternative medicine massage. Let's move on to the history of Hilot. So Hilot is one of the oldest healing practices here in the Philippines, and its beginnings cannot be specifically traced back, but it is widely spread and is being practiced for the longest time already. So the people who originally performed the Hilot are whom we call the Babaylans, and they are termed as the village shamans who serve as healers or either the midwives. So traditionally, the base or the foundation of the Hilot practices is animistic by nature, because that was the belief of most Filipino tribe. So they believe in the spirits residing in nature. And therefore, there was once a time that the Hilot practice was highly debated and questioned back in the days, as it was believed that the healing ability of the manghihilot or the Hilot practitioner came from mystic creatures like spirits and elements, and such ability to perform Hilot was believed and was said to be a gift from the spirits and elements, and it was common for the elders who possessed the gift of touch to pass it on to the younger generation in their families. Hilot has been a Filipino traditional healing modality since pre-written history of the Philippines, and it is considered to be in existence for more than 1,000 years. And while there are many forms of indigenous therapeutic massage in each of the ethno-linguistic groups here in the Philippines, an eclectic mix of massage techniques from these cultural areas has been developed now to be known as the Filipino Hilot. And the practice of Hilot is a part of the Filipino way of life, and traditionally, prior to the popularity of the modern medical doctors, the manghihilot, which is translated as the person who does Hilot, was the healthcare giver of a community. And like all traditions, it has seen its share of being pushed to the background at the arrival of new methods, of new medicines and new technology. But lately, in the worldwide resurgence of alternative forms of medicine and the research and the study of the old ways of healing, Hilot is reestablished as the Filipino healing art based on scientific, universal, and natural laws. So for the concept of Hilot, I am going to show you a video how Hilot is done, and after watching, I'm going to share to you the concept behind the Hilot practice. Okay, so the main purpose of Hilot is to heal by restoring harmony and balance within one's body. And traditionally, a Hilot performs Hilot using either a coconut oil and banana leaves, as you've seen in the video. And healers or the Helots would look for the imbalance area of the body that's causing the discomfort and illness of the patient. And so a good healer knows exactly where to press their skilled fingers on. And like other systems of natural healthcare, the basic concept of traditional Filipino healing is that health and wellness are maintained by balance and harmony. And on the other hand, discomfort, illness, and disease are the results of imbalance and disharmony. And so in applying Hilot, the therapist or the tradition or the healer identifies areas of energy imbalance in a client's body through touch diagnosis through the use of warm banana leaves and virgin coconut oil, which is applied to the body before and after the treatment. And then the Hilot therapies first makes a review of the back with warm banana leaves and diagnosis of touch by using these leaves specify which body parts have an imbalanced energy. Then the therapies determines disrupted flow of energy in the body and devotes to the problem until he or she creates the balance and harmony and a sense of relief. And from here, the therapist proceeds to customize the treatment to remove or alleviate such imbalances. And at the beginning of the session, the Manghihilot also invokes divine power to provide the energy for healing. And this opening ritual also acknowledges and invokes the natural power of the natural surroundings, and then examines the sick person's inherent self-healing powers to action. Okay, so the advantages of the Hilot therapies, as mentioned, Hilot is a traditional way of healing, and its primary purpose is to restore a person's physical, emotional, and even mental health. So the Hilot treatment can also be administered to reduce pain, physical tension and pain, softens hardened formations in areas of cartilage, tendons, and muscles. It also evokes a feeling of comfort. It allows good blood circulation in all muscle cells, which tightens and improves the appearance of skin. And lastly, it relieves stress. So the making of the Hilot. So basically the training of or the making of Hilot practitioners or the Manghihilot involves learning the concepts and philosophy of traditional healing, instilling an individual valuing process and its relevance to Hilot healing and understanding the body function. So the education of the Manghihilot is holistic, as I've said earlier. So holistic involving the biological, the social, the behavioral, and psychological aspects of life and living. Next is we have the types of treatment. So this is basically Hilot in the 21st century, and more researchers and therapies are delving into the benefits of undergoing the traditional healing system. So first you have the traditional Hilot massage. Next is the hot stone Hilot massage. We also have the Bentosa cup Hilot massage, the traditional foot Hilot massage. Lastly is the scalp massage. So I think that's it for our Hilot practice, but just a disclaimer for everybody that this type of practice does not replace the modern medicine, okay? So this is just an alternative method. So we should still seek prompt medical care for any health issues and consult a doctor before using any alternative medicine or treatment. So to summarize, Hilot is known as ancient science and the art of Filipino healing, and today it is known not only as a modality that employs chiropractic manipulation and massage for diagnostic and treatment of musculoligamentous and musculoskeletal ailments, but now Hilot is known as a holistic system of Filipino healing arts and sciences that uses herbs and therapeutic communication and time to promote positive well-being of the people. So it offers healing not only to the physical health of an individual, but also it heals the person intellectually, emotionally, socially, and spiritually. Thus, Hilot becomes a healing, an initiation, and a life-changing parable therapy for many Filipinos. Okay, so for the next unique health traditions and beliefs, we have Daphne Aquino.
Hello everyone, this is Daphne, and now I will be sharing you another health tradition that we practice here in the Philippines, which is the use of traditional herbs. Now, while the use of herbs as medicine is not just exclusive in the Philippines, using these traditional herbs has been part of our culture as Filipinos because we have been using them since the early ages, and the Philippines is actually home to approximately 14,000 plant species. Even years before the arrival of the Spaniards in the Philippines, the use of medicinal plants was our common way of treating ailments. Actually, a historian from the United States described the Philippines before that it is, and I quote, ahead of all other European colonies in providing health care to the ill during the start of the 17th century. And from the 17th and 18th centuries, there had been a state of the art medical and pharmaceutical science developed by the Spanish friars based on Filipino folk healers that was unique to the Philippine Islands at that time. Traditional and complementary medicine remains as one of the reliable sources of healthcare among rural areas and the poor here in the Philippines. And fortunately, in the year 1992, the traditional medicine program was launched by our Department of Health to promote traditional medicine in the country. This was followed by the passage of Republic Act 8423, or the Traditional and Alternative Medicine Act of 1997, which enabled the creation of the Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare, or PITAC. And this institute was established to encourage the development and research of traditional and alternative healthcare here in the Philippines. As I have mentioned earlier, Philippines is home to approximately 14,000 plant species, and while 1,500 of them contain potential medicine value, only 120 have been scientifically validated. And from that 120, only 80 Philippine medicinal plants have passed safety and efficacy testing. And 10 medicinal plants from these 80 are actively being promoted by the Department of Health as a component of our primary health care in the Philippines. And from those 10 medicinal plants, 3 are actually included in the National Drug Formulary and are manufactured for national distribution and marketing, which are Lagundi, Sambong, and Chaanggubat. So for the next slides, I will be sharing you how we prepare and use these herbs, specifically the 10 medicinal herbs approved or that are being highlighted by our Department of Health. And I will just be reading the next slide since they are just self-explanatory and easy to understand. So our source for this traditional herbs is the official website of the PITAC, which is the institute in charge of the study of this. So let's start with plant number 1. Plant number 1 is Lagundi, or known as Vitex negundo, and here in the Philippines, it is used as an antitussive, or it's used to prevent or relieve cough. So how do we use them? First, we boil crushed fresh Lagundi leaves in a pot with 2 cups of water until only half of the water is left, and then leave the pot uncovered when it starts boiling. The dosage for the amount of crushed leaves according to patient's age. For ages 2 to 6 years old, use 1.5 tablespoons. 7 to 12 years old, use 3 tablespoons. And for 13 years old and above, use 6 tablespoons. Next plant, we have the yerba buena, or the Mentha cordifolia. In the Philippines, it's used as an analgesic, or it's used to relieve pain. So for toothaches, we boil the grinded and freshly picked yerba buena leaves in a pot filled with 2 glasses of water until the pot is only left with half filled of water. And then we keep the lid off the pot after bringing it to a boil. Let it cool completely and then you strain it. And then we divide it into 2 portions. Drink 1 portion and drink another 1 portion after 3 to 4 hours if the pain still persists. So the dosage of the minced sambong leaves based on patient's age, for 7 to 12 years old, use 3 tablespoons, and for 13 years old and above, use 6 tablespoons. Another use of yerba buena here is for headache. How to use them? Just compress or crush freshly picked leaves and use the extract in massaging the forehead and top of the head. So if the toothache or headache still persists, then we recommend that you already visit a healthcare center to consult about your illness. Plant number 3 is the sambong or the Blumea balsamifera. Here in the Philippines, we use them as a diuretic and anti-uricemic. So before we use sambong to treat your kidney stones, we recommend that you first visit a health center to identify your illness, to confirm your illness, and what treatment should be done for your kidney stones. And if your doctor has recommended that you can use sambong for your medication, then you can do the following steps. Boil the minced and freshly picked sambong leaves in a pot filled with 2 glasses of water until the pot is only left with half filled of water. Keep the lid off the pot after bringing it to a boil. And then let it cool completely and then strain it. And then we divide it into 3 portions. Drink 1 portion 3 times a day. And while drinking this medication, we also encourage to drink 12 glasses of water or more daily. So the dosage for the sambong leaves for 7 to 12 years old, use 3 tablespoons, and for 13 years old and older, use 6 tablespoons. Plant number 4 is chaang gubat or the Carmona retusa. Its clinical use here in the Philippines, it's for caries preventive and antispasmodic. So how to use chaang gubat for stomach pains? Boil the chopped and freshly picked chaang gubat leaves in a pot containing 1 glass of water until the water is reduced to half its volume. And then we remove the cover of the pot when it boils. Then let it cool and then you strain it and then you drink it. So the dosage for the chaang gubat chopped leaves for 7 to 12 years old, use 1.5 tablespoons. For 13 years old and older, 3 tablespoons. And this chaang gubat for stomach pains is not recommended for children below 7 years old. So if your stomach pains, symptoms persist, consult your doctor. Plant number 5 is the nyugnyugan. It's formerly known as Quisquisalis indica, but now the new accepted name or scientific name for this plant is Combretum indicum. So its clinical use is it's an anti-helminthic herb. So how do we use them to treat intestinal worms or get rid of intestinal worms? Get the seed from the parent plant and its withered fruit, and then you eat it, chew it well, and then follow with drinking a half full or 1 glass of water. For the dosage of this nyugnyugan, for 46 years old, use 45 seeds, 7 to 12 years old, use 6 to 7 seeds, and for 13 years old and above, use 8 to 10 seeds. If there is still no worm that came out during a bowel movement, you may use the same dosage after 1 week. And the possible side effects of this nyugnyugan, especially after overeating seeds, we have nausea, hiccups, stomach ache, or diarrhea. So do not eat more than the recommended amount of seeds. And just a precautionary reminder, this nyugnyugan is not to be given to children below 4 years old. Now let's go to plant number 6. Here in the Philippines, we call it bayabas. Its English name is guava, and its scientific name is Psyllium guajava. So the clinical use here in the Philippines, it's for gingivitis and acute diarrhea, and also infantile rotaviral. So how do we use bayabas or guava leaves for scabies or wounds? We boil 1 or 2 handfuls of leafy tops of guavas in a small pot containing water, and then we wash the wound with the lukewarm water after it has cooled or slightly cooled, then do this twice during the day until the scabies will heal. So if the symptoms persist, or if sudden fever occurs, or if there is a reddening in the area around the scabies, then we recommend that you consult a doctor at a health center. Now we can also use bayabas to cure dizziness. Just crumple the fresh tops of the guava and then let it be inhaled by the person experiencing dizziness. And for the use of bayabas to cure or to alleviate swollen gums, we boil 1 handful of leafy tops of bayabas in a small pot of water, and then we gargle it with lukewarm water after it has been cooled. So do this twice during the day until your gums feel better. Actually, we can also use bayabas for cleaning the vagina after giving birth. We just boil 1 handful of leafy tops in a small pot with water, and then we wash with the lukewarm water after it has cooled. And then we can also use bayabas when taking a bath or for itchy skin. We just boil enough leafy tops in a pot with water, and then we take a bath with the lukewarm water after it has been cooled. Now, we move on to plant number 7, the Acapulco, scientifically known as Cassia alata. So the clinical use here for Acapulco is it's for antifungal and anti-scabies. So how do we use them to treat ringworm or buni and other fungal infections? We have an, hadhad, and alipunga. These are Filipino terms. Okay, so we just grind a sufficient amount of fresh Acapulco leaves as needed, and then we apply the extract on the affected area in our skin 2 times a day. Apply it daily within 3 weeks to completely kill the fungus that causes ringworm and other fungal infections. Just a reminder, if you have an allergy to the extract of Acapulco leaves, use the decoction of the leaves instead. So boil a glass of grinded and freshly picked leaves in a pot filled with 2 glasses of water until approximately 1 glass of liquid is left in the boil. We use this to wash the affected area 2 times a day, and we do this for up to 3 weeks. Now let's talk about the ulasimang bato or the pansit-pansitan, scientifically known as Peperonia pellucida. So here in the Philippines, we use them as antibacterial, antioxidant, anti-gout. Now, before you use this herb for your uric acid, it is recommended that you first consult a doctor at the health center to diagnose your symptoms and to know the medicine for gout, including how to use pansit-pansitan to help in controlling your uric acid levels. And if you are permitted to use this herb, then here are the directions on how you can use them. You eat 1 cup, not crammed, of leafy tops of pansit-pansitan thrice during the day. You can eat it as a salad. Also, you can boil 1.5 glasses or 3 cups, not crammed, of pansit-pansitan in 2 glasses of water until the water reduces to half. Boil it for around 15 minutes, and then you drink the 1/3 of the glass of boiled water thrice in the day after eating. So down to number 9, plant number 9, we have bawang in Filipino, garlic in English, and it's scientifically known as Allium sativum. So the clinical use of this bawang, it's for hyperlipidemia, hypertension, and arteriosclerosis. So how do we use them? So first, before we use them for our high levels of blood cholesterol, you need to consult first with the health center for a formal diagnosis and medical advice for your condition, including the use of garlic to control your blood cholesterol levels. And if you are permitted to do so, then you can follow these directions. Eat 2 to 3 garlic bulbs soaked in vinegar, sterilized, grilled, or fried in a little oil. You decide 3 times a day with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just a slight precaution, the side effects of this bawang or garlic, you can experience vomiting, heartburn, diarrhea, allergies, contact dermatitis, or asthma. Now we are down to our final herb, which is ampalaya. So ampalaya is a Filipino term for bitter gourd. Its scientific name is Momordica carantia. So the clinical use of this is mainly for anti-diabetes. So how do we use it to help our illness when we have diabetes? First, you consult a health center for a formal diagnosis and medical advice for your diabetes, including the use of ampalaya leaves to help control your blood sugar levels. And if you are permitted to use ampalaya to help in your illness, then you can follow these instructions. Eat 1 cup of ampalaya leaves twice a day as a salad or as an ingredient in meals. And then boil 2 cups of sprouts in 2 glasses of water until only half of the water is left. So you boil it for around 15 minutes. And then you drink 1/3 of the boiled water, the decoction, thrice a day, 30 minutes before meals. So that's it for our 10 medicinal plants as recommended by our Department of Health. And before I end, I just want to give you guys these reminders on the use of herbal medicines. So we avoid the use of insecticides as these may leave poison on the plants that we will be using. And in the preparation of herbal medicine, we recommend that you use a clay pot and remove the cover while boiling at low heat. So here at the slide, as you can see, there are like pots here, pictures of pots here. Those are the clay pots that we use here in the Philippines. And then another reminder, use only part of the plant being advocated, follow accurate dose of suggested preparations, use only one kind of herbal plant for each type of symptoms or sickness. And then we stop giving the herbal medication in case untoward reactions such as allergy occurs. And finally, if signs and symptoms are not relieved after 2 to 3 doses of herbal medication, then we recommend that you already consult a doctor. And that's it for our use of traditional herbs here in the Philippines. The reason why this is still common and widely used, especially in rural areas in our country, is that these medicinal plants are almost always available, accessible, and culturally acceptable to the community. And most knowledge on the use of these herbal medicines are passed from one generation to another. That's why even after many years, it is still a part of our culture. So that's it. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys learned something from my sharing. Have a nice day.
Now we move on to the next topic, which is good cultural practice that can support the development of the health sector, which will be presented by another student of St. Paul University, Philippines, College of Nursing, Lester Balicao.
6, 7, tuloy-tuloy, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 7:40.
What you are about to witness is a video illustrating the step-by-step essential newborn care protocol developed by the Department of Health. This protocol adopts international evidence-based standards set by the World Health Organization. They directly address the Millennium Development Goal of reducing child mortality. The Philippines is among 42 countries that accounts for 90% of deaths among children below 5 years of age globally. Studies have shown that 70% of newborn death may be averted during labor, delivery, and immediately postpartum. In short, it is the first few seconds and minutes of life that every newborn Filipino is given the chance to survive and to have a better life. During those first few moments in the arms of a mother, during the first embrace, sa unang yakap. For this training video, take note of the running time displayed at the left-hand corner of the screen. This indicates the period within which the protocol must be carried out. Let's start with the preparation. Lay out 3 pairs of surgical gloves, 2 of which will be used by the obstetrician and the remaining pair for the pediatrician. 2 warm blankets, a bonnet, cord care set, the erythromycin, vitamin K, and hepatitis B shot. Wash your hands following the prescribed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counts for each movement. Put on both sets of gloves. This is the double gloving step. During the first 3 minutes within birth, here are the correct procedures prescribed by the Essential Newborn Care Protocol. Once the baby is delivered from the perineum, call out the time of birth. Use the first linen to towel dry the body of the newborn. Dry the baby for at least 30 seconds. This will stimulate the baby to breathe. Do not wipe off the vernix, as this continues to provide a natural protective cover for the baby. Do not wash the baby within the first 6 hours of life. Washing could lead to hypothermia and infection. Carry out a rapid assessment of the baby's breathing as you dry the newborn. Remove the wet cloth. Initiate the all-important skin-to-skin contact by placing the baby prone on the mother's abdomen or between her breasts. Place the bonnet on the newborn's head and use the second linen to cover the baby's back, both to keep the infants warm. The next step is removing the first set of gloves prior to handling of the cord. Do not cut the cord immediately. Allow the cord pulsations to stop without milking the cord. Clamp the cord at 2 centimeters from the base of the umbilicus. Apply the second clamp at 5 centimeters from the base of the umbilicus. Cut the cord. Waiting for 1 to 3 minutes or until the cord pulsation have stopped prevents anemia and protects preterm from intraventricular hemorrhages. Inject 10 IU of oxytocin into the mother's arm to prevent uterine atony. While maintaining the skin-to-skin contact, check on the mother's condition and deliver the placenta. Check how heavy her bleeding is and examine her perineum, lower vagina, and vulva for tears. Clean the mother and keep her comfortable. Skin-to-skin contact, or SSC, is essential to creating the bond between the mother and child, increasing the chances of overall success of breastfeeding. Allows colonization with good bacteria, protects the body from hypoglycemia. At about 30 minutes to an hour after birth, the baby will start leaking, bruising, and tonguing movement, cues that he is ready to breastfeed. Encourage the mother to nudge her newborn toward the breast to seek out the nipple. Counsel on positioning and attachment after the baby completes his first breastfeed and detaches from the breast while he is with his mother. Carry out the eye care procedure and administer vaccines. Let the infant remain in the mother's arms as she recovers from giving birth. The newborn stays with the mother as she is brought to a room or the ward. The baby may be washed after at least 6 hours. The Global Infant and Young Child Feeding Strategy recommends giving the baby nothing but breast milk for 6 months. After 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding, child can continue to breastfeed in addition to other food up to 2 years of age and beyond. To summarize, here are the step-by-step method outlined in the Essential Newborn Care Protocol. Drying for at least 30 seconds with rapid assessment and breathing and tone. Early SSC or skin-to-skin contact. Proper cord clamping. Early breastfeeding initiation. Eye care. Injection after completion of the first breastfeed. Grooming in. Exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. As we adopt and embrace the principle of essential newborn care, we are closer to attaining the Millennium Development Goal of reducing child mortality in the country. As we, health professionals in maternal and newborn care, give each newborn a better chance at health and survival. It will mean changing how we move forward. It means doing things differently using protocols that are evidence-based and time-bound to sustain new life for those first few precious moments in the life of a newborn, in the life-giving embrace of the mother. Unang yakap, yakap ng ina, yakap ng buhay.
Okay, thank you for SPUP. Now, discussion are from Taiwan's. You can start discussion now.
Okay, hold on a sec until I share my screen. Can you guys see my screen right now? Okay, it's my face on the screen though. So, hi, 我是刘梦玲. Just call me Ashley and that will be fine. I would like to introduce you guys to our Chinese food therapy by first explaining what yin and yang means in our culture. Then later on, other people in my group will introduce one dish each that is suitable respectively for winter and summer more thoroughly. Ancient Chinese medicine or service believed that our universe, everything around us, including our bodies, are made out of yin and yang energy. So yin can means cold and yang means heat. Yin and yang are better understood as opposing but at the same time complementary forces that together create balance. For example, the moon is mostly yin and the sun is mostly yang. This means that all the food we eat also has yin and yang properties. Actually, it is more like a range between two ends going from one to the other. But to make it easier, we're going to separate them into two categories. You can understand yin as inner, down, passive, night, cold, soft, wet, winter, shadow, moist. Yin foods generally grow in earth or darkness. Yang, on the contrary, is outer up, positive, active, day, heat, dry, summer, sunshine, and powerful. Yang foods generally grow in the air and sunshine. The term 上火 or up fire, directly translated from Chinese, is probably alien to a lot of people. This term is so familiar to me. In fact, I have probably heard this more often than I love you from my mother. So, up fire means there's too much young food or heat in our bodies. This happens quite often in the form of anger, frustration, nose bleeding, sore throat, dry skin, chapped lips, and the most annoying of all, breakouts of acne. But if you eat too much food containing impurities can also cause problems such as various stomach pains, cold, hands and feet, hypersensitivity, nervousness, and so on. Our bodies need to be balances of yin and yang energy. If you realize that your general diet is mostly one of the categories, then you would know that your body is not in balance, either overheated or too cold. So, how could I best describe is that certain foods have different elements of nutrition and the effects on your body, similar to Western nutrition studies that have categories of acid and alkaline form foods. Now, could you guys take a guess to which categories does the following food belong? If you think it's in food, could just type down one in the chat room. If you think it's yang, type down two. Now, the first one is carrot. Yeah, you guys could just type them. I can't really see the chat room right now. Anyway, so the carrot belongs to the young properties, and now it's the banana. Banana belongs to the in properties. Yeah. And here's another one. This one is grapefruit. Just take a wild guess. And the grapefruit belongs to the in property. So Like I just mentioned, foods of young properties grow mostly in the air or sunshine, and in food generally grow in earth or darkness. Keywords being mostly. Their traits sometimes change after being dehydrated. For example, like the fresh mushrooms belong to improperties, while the dehydrated mushroom belongs to young properties. In our traditional culture, sometimes when we feel minor, harmless discomfort, we turn to food therapy first. The best part of it all is that as something that is supposed to has a medical effect, it doesn't taste horrible like most medicine does. And that's about the basics of how things work in the traditional medical field. So later on, now my friends now will introduce some of the most common dishes that we use as dietary therapy in our daily life. Most ingredients are actually possible to find in Chinese markets around the world. You could try make some of your own if you are curious. Now, my part is mostly done. Oh, sorry, I forgot to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Ashley. Hello, everyone. My name is Marita. I major in Chinese literature, and it's my third year in college. Nice to meet you. Next, I'm going to share dietary therapy. In Chinese is 食疗. It's one of therapies in Chinese medicine. And this therapy is also contain the concept of yin-yang theory. The characteristics of Chinese medicine is humans are correspondent to the heavens and the earth. The ancients believed that all of changes in the natural world must directly or indirectly affect the physiological activities of human bodies. Therefore, humans work at sunrise and rest at sunset. Just like the growth of plants in summer, the recuperation of plants in winter. So we can say in yin-yang theory, sunrise and summer means yang, sunset and winter means yin. So in summer, the weather is hot and the ground is steaming, which makes our body hot and increase our internal heat in our body. Therefore, in terms of diet, you should choose cold and bitter foods, such as bitter gourd and watermelon. They can reduce our internal heat in our body. So, in hot summer, we eat cold food to achieve the balance of yin and yang. And I'm going to introduce Chinese lotus seed white fungi soup. In Chinese is 莲子银耳汤. 莲子 means lotus seed. 银耳 means white fungus. 汤 means soup. And there are 4 main ingredients in this soup. One is lotus seed. It can lower our internal heat and lower blood pressure, relieve our fatigue. White fungus, it can nourish our lungs and relieve cough, lower cholesterol, stabilize our blood sugar, and it's good for our skin. 3. Red dates. It can nourish the heart and lungs, nourish our blood, soothe the nerves. 4. Wolfberry or goji berry. Goji is Chinese. It can nourish our liver and improve our eyesight. And it's very easy to do it by yourself at home. Now, let's watch the video to learn how to do Chinese lotus seed white fungi soup. And remove the yellow part of white fungus and cut into small pieces. And now, 莲子银耳汤 is served. It looks very easy, right? And you can put the soup into refrigerator. The cold soup is very suitable for this hot summer. You must try. And in winter is the season for collection and recuperation. In terms of diet, we should eat hot and slightly salty food should be used to replenish our body. It can be seen that winter is the best season to take tonics to nourish our body. So in yin-yang theory, in cold winter, we should eat hot food to achieve the balance of yin and yang. And if you come to Taiwan, you will see medicine stew ribs in our night market. In Chinese is 药炖排骨. 排骨 means ribs, and 药 means medicine, 炖 means stewed. And there are many kinds of Chinese herbal medicine in these white bags, and the soup is black. And although the soup is black, looks a little terrible, but it smells really good and really tasty. If you come to Taiwan, you must try it. And there are 4 main ingredients in this soup. One is Chinese herbal medicine. It can enrich our blood and promoting our blood circulation. Two is pork ribs. It can nourish our blood. And three, rice wine. It can help our blood circulation and promote our metabolism. And in this soup, you can also see the red dates and the wolfberry, goji berry. And there are most three common Chinese herbal medicine. 1 and 2 is red dates and wolfberry. We can see both of them in the Chinese, in the 莲子银耳汤 and 药炖排骨. And 3 is Chinese angelica. It can enriching our blood and promoting blood circulation. And next, Alvin will tell stories about Chinese angelica for us. Thank you.
Can you see my PowerPoint here? I'm sorry, I forgot to turn on the voice.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Alvin. Kamusta maganda umaga? Apa kabar selamat pagi? Thanks Ashley and Merida for bringing us such a great presentation. The concept of yin and yang has been a very important part in Chinese medicine practice. And the Chinese lotus seed fungus and medicine stew ribs look so tasty. In my presentation, I'm going to introduce a famous Chinese herbal combination soup, which is also known as SPUP soup in Chinese. But before we start to learn about SPUP tang, I would like to ask a question for all of you. How many of you have heard about SPUP tang, SPUP soup before? If you had heard about SPUP soup, please type 1 in the chat room.
Hi.
Do you hear my question? Okay. Okay. Okay, not many of you have heard about SPUP tang, which is great. It means we can enjoy the pleasure of learning new stuff, right? Most of you might curious. Wait a minute, sorry. Most of you might curious, why is the herbal combination soup called SPUP soup? The answer is very simple. SPUP soup can translate it to 4 stuffs or 4 things soup, which is true since there are 4 ingredients in the combinations. As you can see, there are 4 ingredients of SPUP soup. There are Danggui, Chinese angelica root, Chuanqiong, Sichuan lovage root, Bai Shao, white peony root, and Shou Di Huang, the Rehmannia root. Let's take a look at the first ingredient of SPUP soup, the Chinese angelica root. According to the Chinese medicine book, Danggui tastes Danggui tastes a little bit sweet and a little bit of xing, which can mean spicy, like ginger, or cool as mint. It is categorized as one type of food. As Ashley just mentioned about the food can be categorized into 2 types, yin and yang. And here we can see Within yin and yang, they are separate into there are two levels. For example, cool and cold are two levels of the yin type of food, and the warm and hot are two levels of yang type of food. Imagine that one day, what? Okay. Okay, let's just skip it. Imagine that one day, it's scorching hot outside and you just went home. Would you prefer to take a glass of cool tap water or a lemonade with ice cubes? Don't answer this question. So, a brief conclusion here. If you're dealing with heart disease, the Chinese medicine practitioner might prescribe some Chinese cool herbs or cold herbs based on the level of your condition. And on the other hand, the yang term shares the same rule here. So I'm gonna back to introduce Dang Gui. On this slide, we've known that Dang Gui tastes sweet and might be spicy or cool. Then, what kind of people should use it? If you're blood deficiency, or you need to invigorate the circulation of blood, or you're troubling with menstrual disorder, you could use some Dang Gui. But before you are trying to order Dang Gui right now or later online, I should warn you, the Chinese herbal are still kind of medicine. You should always talk to your doctor or Chinese medicine practitioner before you using it. And, and the original of the Dang Gui has several versions. Today I'm gonna share the romantic one. As you can see on the slide, Dang Gui means I should be back, which is directly translated from Chinese. So that started the story. Once upon a time, there was a very loved couple. They were very happy. However, their happiness didn't last long. The wife got very sick, and they turned to doctors after doctors, but was still in vain. The husband swore to save his wife, so he decided to go and find some herbs in the mountain of the beaten path. Before leaving, he told his wife, "If I don't come back in 3 years, I might have died. You can remarry to someone else." During the absence of her husband, other than taking care of the house, all she did was waiting for her husband. As time went by, owing to missing for her husband, her health condition getting worse and worse. Unfortunately, the husband did not come back after 3 years. She had no choice but remarry. Life made a big joke after her remarrying. Her ex-husband came back with herbs. Though he was sad about hearing the news that his ex-wife has remarried, but he still visited her and gave her the herbs. She heard a saying that if you take a large amount of one type of herbs, it could be fatal. Out of shame and sadness, she decided to end up her life by taking the herbs that she received from her ex-husband, but end up curing her sickness. And after that, in memories of the story, people name this kind of herbs Dang Gui, which means I should be back in Chinese. And this is the story of the of the origin of the name Dangui. So let's back to the next ingredient part. The next ingredient is Sichuan lovage root. It is warm type of food and is used for fever, headache, stomachache, and strengthening the urinary system. The third ingredient is Sichuan lovage root. It is warm type of food and the third ingredient is white peony. It tastes bitter and sour. It can also work for people who have blood deficiency, night sweat, and menstrual disorder. And the last one. The last ingredient is Remonia root. It tastes a bit of sweet. It can supplement your blood, nourish the body fluid, and it can also work for the menstrual disorder. The recipe of Si soup has been handed down for 1,000 years. Si soup is regarded as a classic well-being remedy for women, since we can see almost all the ingredients are good for the menstrual disorder. However, is Si soup only for women? On this slide, we can see Dangui is okay for people who are dizzy or having a dry mouth or having numb hands and feet or getting constipated or having heart palpitation or they just finished their period. And Dangui is not for people who are in their period. Why is that? Because it can invigorate the circulation of your blood, which can cause you blood a lot, and that could be danger. So don't use it when you are still in your period. And people who are inflamed or having gastric indigestion, it's not okay for them to use as well. Okay, and next part is our pop-up quiz time. In this section, we're going to answer 5 questions in the chat room. First, take a guess. Which is it? Can you type the yin or yang of the pumpkin here in the chat room? Make a guess.
Yin or yang?
Maybe yin.
You mean the pumpkin belongs to yin or yang?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I can see so many of you have answered in yang. Okay.
So what is the correct answer?
Well, wait a minute. Most of you are correct. It's yang. And the next slide.
Oh.
Yeah, you did a good job. Next. And take a guess. Which is it? Be careful. This mushroom is fresh. If the mushroom is dried, it's belong to the different ones. Just Take a guess. Okay, let's see. Wow, the fresh mushroom belongs to ing part. Yeah.
Wow.
You guys are very, very smart. The next one. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, the technical problem here. Wait a minute. Okay.
Good.
You can see the questions here, right?
Which is in Chinese lotus?
Yeah,
Sea-
which ingredients is not in Chinese lotus sea white fungus soup?
Oh.
Yeah, also type the answer in the chat room.
What is number 4?
I'll tell you later. Yeah. Let me see. Almost all of you are answered the question right. Yeah, it's number 4. What is number 4 is the cooked Remonia root.
Oh.
Yeah, and next one, which isn't in SPUP soup.
四五当归
1.
1.
Don't be a spoiler, please.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, just say it. Just say it. It's
Okay, I can see all of you answer 1. Yeah. Yeah, and that's right.
great. Bravo.
And
The
the last questions, which is the meaning of 当归? Sorry.
Oh. Easy, easy.
Why so serious?
Very easy. All correct.
Okay, yes, all correct. And
wow.
This is our presentation today. Thank you for your participation. Yes, and I would like to say terima kasih and salamat. Thank you.
Thank you, Korean University. This is so funny. And then last, from Indonesian, STIKVINC, Desi, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Icha, for your time. Introduce me, Desi Natali Kristiani from STIKVINC. Here I will guide the sharing and discussion from the campus of student team from Indonesian STIKES, St. Vincentius of Paulo. The time required to share the material is approximately 20 until 25 minutes, then followed by Q&A with a time of approximately 5 until 10 minutes, which will be open in one session with 3 questioners. If there is some question that you want to ask during the presentation, please write in Zoom column chat down below. Or if you want directly ask to us, please keep it until the end of the presentation because I will give Q&A session. Okay, it doesn't take long anymore. I invite Rio start the presentation.
Okay, we will explain about one of the herbs in Indonesia, jamu tradisional. Definition. Jamu is an Indonesian traditional medicine and cultural heritage that is made from herbal plants that are used for generations in the health sector.
History. The use of herbs for health in Indonesia has begun since the time of Meso-Neolithicum, evidenced by the discovery of mortar, pestle, and pipi sandstone made of stone. In addition, inscriptions were also found showing the use of the herbs for treatment. The term jamu began in the 15th until 16th century AD. Jamu stands for Jambi, which means prayer or medicine, and usada, which means health. In other words, jamu means prayer or medicine to improve health.
Indication. Some indication for the consumption of herbal medicine are 1. Dyspepsia, 2. Armpit smell, 3. Meteorismus, 4. URTI or upper respiratory tract infection, 5. Back pain, 6. Dysmenorrhea. Contraindication. In general, herbal medicine has no contraindication. However, to avoid the side effect, herbal medicine should contain proper ingredients selected and should be consumed at the right time with the proper dose.
On May 27, 2008, the Indonesian Herbal Medicine Awareness Day was inaugurated by the President of Indonesia, Mr. Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono, at the Merdeka Palace, as well as inaugurating herbal medicine as an Indonesian brand. Indonesia itself has approximately 20,000 species of plants, 7,000 of which have the benefit of being used as medicinal plants. In Indonesia, so many herbs are passed down from generation to generation. Moreover, the herbs produced depend on the region. Every region have a different recipe for same indication. One of them is warm herbs consumed by the people of Kayumas village.
Jamu is a traditional medicine that has several types such as rheumatic pain herbs, strong herbs, pain herbs, etc. But here, we will discuss one type of herbal medicine, namely warm herbal medicine, which is widely consumed by the residents of STIKVINC. Definition of warm herbal medicine. Based on research conducted by Levenia et al. 2019. Warm herbal medicine is commonly consumed by the people of Kayumat village STIKVINC. The naming of herbs was based on the information in study SPUP. Warm herbs are named after the benefit and use of these herbs, namely to treat colds, sore elbows, and woman wrinkles on the face. Composition. Number 1 is brown sugar. To treating kidney stones, dysentery, and as a galactogen. Number 2 is coconut. As anti-bronchitis, anti-gingivitis, antioxidant, diuretic, and stomachic, treats flu, fever, scabies, tuberculosis, and tumor.
Number 3, we have pepper for relief nasal congestion, prevent cell damage, inhibit the growth of bacteria, treat gastric disease, relieve arthritis,
and control blood sugar levels. Number 4, galangal or lengkuas for treating sprains. Galangal is efficacious as a medicine for spleen pain, overcoming decreased appetite, rheumatism, overcoming tinea versicolor, and bronchitis.
Number 5, ginger root or kunci, efficacious as a medicine for influenza, thrush, cough, laxative fart, appetite enhancer, and plaque mix booster. Number 6, ginger or jahe, useful as a carminative, stomachic, stimulant, and diaphoretic. Ginger is used to launch breast milk, treat cough, increase appetite, treat colds, flatulence, itching, wounds, and headaches. Number 7, betel or sirih, treating instant mealworms, ulcer, dysentery, cleaning and strengthening teeth, lumbago, and diphtheria.
Number 8, turmeric curcuma longa L is a tropical plant that is widely available on the Asian continent. In the history of Indian folk medicine, turmeric is considered as an ingredient the best antibiotic, while at the same time, turmeric is also used for facilitate digestion and improve bowel movement. Of the 3 ingredients, the above is known to contain curcumin compound, which have a lot of benefit, such as antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antiviral, suitable when used to increase immunity to stay healthy during a pandemic like now.
The use of warm herbs based on research conducted by Liviana et al. 2019, warm herbs are commonly consumed by the people of Kalimas village, Situbondo in East Java. The naming of the warm herbal medicine itself was made by an environment in research, Masu F.
Kaimas village is a highland area where most of the people are farmers, farm workers, and rangers. Kaimas village has plantation land, dry land, and forest land. That dominates the land in the village, so the potential for herbal plant sources is very large to be optimized by the local community.
According to a National Socioeconomic survey conducted in 2001, 57.7% of the Indonesian population did self-medication without medical assistance, 31% use traditional medicinal plants, and 9.8% use other traditional medicine methods.
When viewed from the side of community economy, Situbondo Regency has 43.87% or 29 to 19.8 inhabitants of the population categorized as low economy population, which is above the average low economy population in East Java, which is 12.28%. So the people of Situbondo prefer to consume warm herbs because less supportive and undeveloped economic factors. So the conclusion is that they are more likely to choose alternative medicine that can be obtained at an affordable price according to their economic level compared to going to the doctor. And I think that's our presentation today. Thank you.
Okay, well. Okay, well, thank you to the student team from STIKVINC. From the next, I will open Q&A session with 3 questions. If anyone wants to ask question, they can directly on the mic or write in the comment Zoom. Anyone want to ask? Okay, looks like someone already asked in the chat column. From the ingredients, how to make ubi jamu.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello, can you listen to me? Hi.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Filipino friends and Indonesian friends. I'm Wei Wei from Fuller Catholic University. Today, I will introduce a beautiful traditional song to you. Title of this song is 茉莉花, which means jasmine flower. This song is adapted from a local folk song more than 100 years ago. At the present time, even elementary school students can sing this song in Taiwan. In ancient times, jasmine was a common flower in ordinary people's gardens. Because its charming fragrance, many people would wear it as an ornament or give it to friends. Jasmine also has the effects of clearing away heat and detoxification, and can relieve chest and abdominal pain. It's often used to make tea or as a Chinese herbal medicine. Have you ever seen the garden of jasmine field? picture on the right is a jasmine field in Changhua, central Taiwan. It looks so nice, right? We will show you a great video later. This video was a record of the Polish children choir's visit to Taiwan in 2017. These Polish children sang 茉莉花 by following the lead of Taiwan Vox Nativa Children's Choir. The members of the Taiwan Vox Nativa Children's Choir are made of the Aboriginal kids. They have been invited to perform in many countries. Of course, 茉莉花 is the popular one. First of all, let's take a look at the lyric. 慧玲, you may try to follow me. 茉莉花，
茉莉花，
一朵美丽的茉莉花。
一朵美丽的茉莉
花。
Right, very good. What it means? What a beautiful jasmine flower. The second language, second sentence, just repeat it. And the third, 芬芳美丽满枝芽。
芬芳
美丽满枝芽。
It means a spray of fragrant and lovely petals. And 又香又白，人人夸。
又香又白，人人夸。
Great, good job. It means everyone loves your snow white birds. And 让我来将你摘下。
让我来将你摘下。
Oh, it means let me pick a jasmine flower. Next, 送给别人家。
送给别人家。
Means give it to others. That's good, right? The final one. 茉莉花呀，茉莉花。It's easy.
茉莉花呀，茉莉花。
It means jasmine flowers. Oh, jasmine flowers. Do you like it?
Yeah.
You guys are so good. Let's try. Now let's watch the video. 慧玲, please play the video. Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this song?
Yeah.
We hope you enjoy it. Can
We
anybody
do.
say
Thank you.
good? Thank you.
Really well.
We will have practice.
Thank you.
Teacher.
Can everybody say 茉莉花?
Yeah. 茉莉花。
茉莉花. Come on together.
茉莉花。
茉莉花. Let's see.
We know already.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
Thank you.
Yeah. Are we going
大
to
家唱
sing?
吧。对，大家唱吧。
It's okay. That's
茉
okay.
莉花呀，茉莉花，来。
茉莉
茉莉
花，
花，
茉
茉
莉
莉
花。
花。
Oh.
All together.
Oh.
Try again, okay? Let's try again. All together. 1, 2.
茉莉花呀，茉莉花。
Good job.
Oh, good.
Thank you for
Thank
joining us
you.
today. We wish you all peace and joy. Bye.
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 谢谢。
谢谢。
All right. The next song is from Indonesia and will be covered by Eugene. But the time is yours, Eugene.
Kamar mati mulia, Siti lunga pasar, sapi mati semar mendem. Do re mi sol jenang dodol gaya gaya. Mire mire tahu tempe nak rasane. Waktu terang bulan udara bersinar terang, teranglah sekali di kotalah Surabaya. Belum berapa lama saya duduk dengan bimbang, datang kawan saya, Pak Gesang itu namanya. Ayo rame-rame kita pergi Tanjung Perak, panggil satu taksi kita soraklah bersorak. Taksi Tanjung Perak, tepi laut, siapa suka tuan? Boleh ikut sama bapak, Pak Cilek, Mbak Cilek, sing cendek, sing dhuwur, sing kuru, sing lemu.
Nah, iki ya Pak yen penak entuk melu.
Ora entuk malu.
Loh, iya. Iwas dandan lho.
Minah kacung babu kopi Tanjung Perak, tepi laut, siapa suka boleh ikut. Bawa gitar, keroncong, viol, jangan lupa bawa anggur. Tanjung Perak, tepi laut. Tanjung Perak, tepi laut, siapa suka boleh ikut. Bawa gitar, keroncong, viol, jangan lupa bawa anggur. Tanjung Perak, tepi laut. Tanjung Perak, tepi laut. Tanjung Perak, tepi laut. Tanjung Perak, tepi laut.
Okay, hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Eugenia Jocelyn Tutu, but you can call me Eugene. I have been studying at STIKVINC College in Surabaya. So today I am also going to explain about one of Indonesian traditional songs titled Tanjung Perak.
This song was widely known when Waljina sang it in keroncong version, and Didi Kempot also contributed to make it more famous when he published the song in Campur Sari version. If you haven't known already, guys, Tanjung Perak was taken from the name of one of the sites in Surabaya. I hope all of you enjoy watching this video. And while you're watching the video, who among you pay attention to the one of legendary natural tourism in Indonesia that came to the video background? It is the legendary tourism, especially in East Java, known as Bromo Mountain, and it's also well known for its beautiful scenery. And last but not least, we apologize for any inconvenience found in the video. And that's all from me. I appreciate your time and thank you for listening.
All right, thank you, Jin. The next is from SPUP. Please welcome SPUP.
Lahat tayo'y mayroong pagkakaiba, iba lang ay makikita na. Iba't ibang kagustuhan dito sa patutunguhan. Gabay at pagmamahal ang hanap mo, magbibigay ng halaga sa iyo. Nais mong ipakilala kung sino ka nga talaga.
Pinoy, ikaw ay Pinoy, ipakita sa mundo kung ano ang kaya mo. Ibang ikaw Pinoy, huwag kang magtatakbo. Ipagmalaki mo, Pinoy ako, Pinoy tayo.
Pakita mo ang tunay at kung sino ka. Mayroon mang masama at maganda, wala namang pepekto, basta magpakatotoo. Gabay at pagmamahal ang hanap mo, magbibigay ng halaga sa iyo. Nais mong ipakilala kung sino ka man talaga.
Pinoy, ikaw ay Pinoy, ipakita sa mundo kung ano ang kaya mo. Ibang ikaw Pinoy, huwag kang magtatakbo. Ibang malaki mo, Pinoy
laging nakikibagay.
Pagkilala ang iyong sarili, ano man sa'yo ay mangyari, ang lagi mong iisipin, kayang-kayang gawin. Pinoy, ikaw ay Pinoy, ipakita sa mundo kung ano ang kaya mo. Ibang-ibang Pinoy, huwag kang matatakot. Ipagmalaki mo, Pinoy ako, Pinoy tayo.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, rather. Good afternoon, everyone. So that song is entitled Pinoy Ako. So that song, it is like showing the real you by promoting to be proud of who you are as a Filipino, or as any one of us, we should be proud of who we are. So it promotes to Filipinos and obviously to every one of us to show our real selves without any pretensions, because not everyone is perfect, no. So no one is perfect. So, and only the way to success is by being yourself and believing in yourself. Thank you.
Right, thank you from SPUP. Icha, it's time for you.
Okay, thank you. I have your attention, please. All of the audience, please fill in the Google form. Participant list service learning. The link is available in chat room. To close the event, here is the closing speech from President of Organization Board of St. Vincentius of Paulo, Katolik Institute of Health Science. Please welcome Vincentia Nanawangi.
Okay, Icha, thank you for the time. Excuse me, can my voice be heard?
Yes.
Hello, excuse me.
Yes, I can
Can my
Very clear.
Can my voice be heard?
Very clear.
Very, very clear.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi to all of you and the university leaders, the honorable lecturer from each university, and my fellow students that I love. And previously, I would like to express my gratitude for all his gifts. We can gather together here in good health, even if only via Zoom. And introducing myself, Vincentius Nanawangi. I am a student president from the St. Vincentius of Paulo School of Health Sciences, Surabaya, Indonesia. And I thank you very much for the participation of fellow students and lecturers from the University of St. Paul, Philippines, and the Catholic University of Fujian, Taiwan, in the learning service activity about introducing the traditional health culture of each country, and namely Indonesia, the Philippines, and Taiwan. By holding activities like this, I hope that we will all know more about just the time of the event this morning. Not to forget that as of you here can collaborate with one another and definitely improve or forge language skills. And hopefully what we have learned today can be useful for us as prospective health workers wherever we are. And hopefully in the future, we can meet again with the better conditions without having to go online like this. Being able to meet directly with friends and lecturers is a matter of pride for me and all my friends, of course. Let's following and complying with the protocol, and so that this pandemic will gradually disappear and we can meet at another time. If there is a misspelling in my words, I apologize. Thank you so much to all of you. Good afternoon and see you. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Alright, before I close this event, I will show one video. This video is a song, Heal the World, created by Michael Jackson. But this video is covered by Indonesian medical crew, like nurse and
I'm sorry,
doctor.
Krishna. Sorry, Krishna.
Yes.
Should we pray before?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Are we going to take a group photo after the prayer? Yes. Okay.
After the prayer, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Bu Rina,
Bu Sarina, maaf.
kita berdoa dulu, Bu Rina. Bu Lesarina, I'm sorry. Berdoa dulu.
Right, we will do closing prayer first. To thank to God for His blessing to our program today, we will close with a closing prayer to SPUP. The time is yours.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God as we say in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Most gracious Lord, Master, Messiah, and Savior of humanity, we greet you in all humility. You are the first cause and the last effect, the divine light and the spirit of guidance, the Alpha and Omega. Your light is in all forms, your love in all beings. Allow us to recognize you in all your holy names and forms, as Rama, as Krishna, as Shiva, as Buddha. Let us know you as Abraham, as Solomon, as Zarathustra, as Moses, as Jesus, as Muhammad. Let the star of the divine light shining in your heart, be reflected in the hearts of your devotees. Almighty One, we thank you for a successful seminar. We know that you have blessed us, hence this success. May you keep blessing us as we go out of this seminar and apply what we have learned in our own profession. Grant that we do this fully aware that it is not for ourselves that we learned, but for the service of other people. Make us realize that all our actions and plans should be done for your greater glory. Shower us your divine guidance so that we would decide wisely and properly. May you send your Holy Spirit so that we would have no fear in meeting the challenges that our everyday lives entail. Make us realize that without you, we are nothing. We Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, indigenous people, in unity with other people of faith, implore your divine blessing and healing to help humanity overcome the coronavirus pandemic that we are currently facing. All this we pray and offer to you. Amen.
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 Thank you, SPUP. And now we will be photo together.
Photograph will be conducted by Mr. Steve. Everybody, would you turn on the video so we can take your photograph?
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. The first layer, second layer, and the third one. Okay?
Hi.
Is that okay? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Steve.
Wonderful. Thank you, Martha. It's excellent.
You are welcome. Without you, we are nothing.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll visit one another later when COVID-19 is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Krishna,
Thank you. Yes. Before I close this event, I will show one video.
Yes.
This video is song "Heal the World" created by Michael Jackson. But this video is covered by Indonesia medical crew, like nurse and doctor with COVID-19 patient in quarantine at emergency hospital, Wisma Atlet, Jakarta. This song for remembering 1 year of COVID-19 attack Indonesia. Right, enjoy the song.
The sound is not yet. I cannot hear the song. Urina, I cannot hear the song. Lambat.
Wow, what a pity. It's beautiful. Oh, it comes.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you, Bu Lestarina. Thank you for all your contribution, being here, and all your participation make this program be meaningful. We wish we can meet again next year in the same program with different them and better situation.
We wish good healthy for you all until we meet again.
See you again at next year.
Come to visit us in between.
Yes.
Thank you. You have done a wonderful job. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, organizers.
Selamat.
Selamat po. Selamat. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Sampai jumpa, Pak Ana.
Jumpa.
Jumpa. Selamat.
Selamat
Bye
po.
bye. Selamat.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Salamat.
Thank you, everyone. God bless. Take care.
Yeah.
Amen.
Bye.
have the PowerPoint of the different presenters. If they could share us, especially the health traditions.
Yes, I will ask to Miss Patricia. Then
yes,
she will pass on me and give it to you, and so you pass on me and give it to Miss Patricia.
Thank you so much, Mom Martha.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, Melody. Give Mari.
Thank you, Mom. I hope we can visit in Indonesia soon.
Yes, yeah. Send my gratitude to Dr. N.
Yes, and in Taiwan also.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye, Pak Alam.
Alam.
Ya Alam.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye everyone. Keep safe. Mom, can we know your page again? Can you type so that follow you? Your
what?
Facebook account. Your official Facebook account.
I almost I never active in Facebook, so
How
but
about the
I'm better
university?
yeah, the university. I will give you through
Yes.
the WA. Okay, to the
Thank you.
WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay.
So we could also watch the recorded video of our Zoom meeting. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
I think it's almost lunch. Happy lunchtime, everyone.
Thank you. You too.
Here.
What do you have for lunch?
Adobo, Mom. Chicken adobo.
No, I don't know. What's that? Adobo.
Filipino dish. The Philippine dish. I think no one wants to leave the meeting.
Okay. Yeah. Nobody want to leave. Yeah.
And we also have the list of the students from the different universities, Mom, so that maybe some students want to add them in their social media account if they
I see.
allow.
Yeah.
So that at least there's added a friendship.
That's a good idea. Well, I will. How about you? You collect the
Names, yes.
Yeah, and I will ask Miss Patricia to collect
Yes.
her students and me too, and I will compile it into one sheet and give it to the others.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. Nobody wants to leave.
I think they want another group.
Yeah, I think.
Can I ask Conchita to take a screenshot so that we can also have documentation in our part, Mom Marta? So can Conchita have
Dokumentasi doang kirim nanya aku, Mas.
Iya, Pam.
Screenshot.
Okay. Conchita.
And count on three. First page first. 1, 2, 3, smile. Another set. Another set. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank you. So I leave now.
Marta, saya izin keluar dulu ya. To everyone, I will permission to leave because so many
Krishna.
at my home. Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you. Big thanks. Thank you very much. Kita keluar aja dulu, Bu. Kita keluar aja dulu. Mau belajar dengan teman-teman di sini. Soalnya masih belum keluar-keluar tuh yang lain. Oh ya. Kita dulu evaluasi nggak? Teman-teman, Bu Marta, Bu Starina, dan juga teman-teman STIKVINC, kita selesai dulu untuk siang hari ini ya, di Zoom ini. Terima kasih banyak untuk semua kerja kerasnya, kerjasama, partisipasi, dan juga semua hal yang telah diupayakan sehingga kegiatan kita hari ini berjalan lancar dan sukses, gitu ya. Spesial Mbak Yola sebagai Ketua Panitia, terima kasih banyak, gitu ya. Dan juga MC, BEM, dan semua ya, Elsa di pendidikan, dan juga semua teman-teman. Juga Pak Steph tidak lupa yang tidak ada di grup tapi ada di Zoom ini. Terima kasih banyak untuk semua kerjasama kita hari ini. Untuk evaluasi kita lakukan tidak hari ini saja ya, karena masih banyak peserta dari tempat lain. Mari kita live, kita istirahat. Salam sehat, salam untuk keluarga di rumah. Stay safe, stay healthy, and may God bless us. Thank you.
Terima kasih, Bu.
Terima kasih, Bu.
Terima kasih, Bu. Selamat Po, Ibu.
Terima kasih, Bu. Yuk.
Kamsahamnida.
Ya.